らめた。
Hi everybody, what's going on? What's up, PM Collective Boy? Hello, Katie, Joey, thank you so much for the raid. Good evening, hope you're all doing well. Good evening, Satellite, Justin Brett, Ms. Roy, Shadows, Fury. Hi everybody. Happy Thursday, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. It's been a solid day today, very productive day. I got a lot done. A lot of things that needed doing got did. And I feel good about that. And I had a little bit of time to kick back and relax too, so it was a good balance. It was a good mix of things today. I had made some delicious tacos for dinner. Yeah, all in all, a solid day. Hope your day was solid too. Hope you're ready for just a smorgasbord of classic Super Nintendo gaming, because oh boy, October 1995. I don't know if I would say stacked necessarily, but there are a number of extremely notable games in this one, including two really big Mario titles. So we'll be handling that forthwith. Well, this is not called Batman and Robin. Yeah, Batman Forever. Because they don't start the movie with Batman and Robin. Robin has to join up. So if they called it Batman and Robin, and people went to go see it, for the first half of the movie, they'd be like, well, where's Robin? I've been sold a bill of goods here. That can't be right. Which is why the fourth movie is called Batman and Robin, and they introduce Batgirl. So those movies just became more and more clusterfucky as they went along too. I'm feeding a Native American-themed hawk monster digital apples to make its bond rise. Good for you. I'm happy for you. That's great. Gotta put in a few runs of Absalom since that came out today. Good, but I'm not even out of demo territory yet. I don't need to tell you I'm still playing Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn has utterly consumed my life. I'm bouncing between my three mains right now. My Spellbreaker, my Purifier, and my Sentinel. Doing different stuffs. Switch is getting Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. 9 on one card, 7, 8 on the other. So I say 9 is equal to 7, they tossed an 8 for free. Well, now more people can experience the absolute oddity that is 8. Watch a big deep dive on the second Lara Bao game? Not familiar. What else is going on? I see how we're commenting on the Real Monsters game. How many of y'all actually watched Real Monsters when it was on TV? That was a pretty big Nicktoon at the time. I would be curious to know how many of you are already familiar with that. Yeah, Square is doing a physical Switch release of 9. Nice that they're throwing in the 2 other bonuses. Y'all are funny. UPM Collector Boy, U Fury. Watch more Rugrats. I mean, my favorite was Rocko's Modern Life. I loved Rocko's Modern Life, but I watched a bunch of the early ones. I watched Rugrats. I watched a lot of Doug. I really like Doug. Not so much Ren and Stimpy. They were a bit too gonzo for me. But I actually did end up watching a lot of Real Monsters at the time. Because, I mean, they were, if I remember correctly, Real Monsters were a contemporary of Rocko's Modern Life, so I was on the channel at the time. Watch the little thing, I was starting to age out of Nicktoons by that point. You watch Cosmic at all? No, I had never heard of them until you posted about them today. I might check them out. I knew enough that when they appeared in one episode of Rugrats, it was Leo pointing at the screen. Love Rocko's more as an adult than I did as a kid. Avatar is your pet fave Nick cartoon, though, just in general. So Avatar was after my time. Avatar hit long after I was out of Nicktoons, and I've actually gone back and tried to watch it. We at my old job, we did cartoon lunches for a while. That's actually where I saw all of Gravity Falls, which was a wonderful experience. If I remember correctly, we started doing Avatar: The Last Airbender after it, and I just wasn't feeling it. I felt like the early writing in it wasn't doing it for me. Current epic freebie is Gravity Circuit, some kind of starter pack for Albion Online. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about Gravity Circuit when it came out. Amazing, go back and see the shit Rocco got away with. Dude, I have like etched onto the very core of my soul that scene where Heifer gets hooked up to a milking machine, because I knew exactly what was going on, and I was like, they did not. They absolutely did not put that in a cartoon for children. Avatar was so late into my life that I didn't make the Nick connection. Yeah, I didn't know it was on Nickelodeon for the longest time. My Life as a Teenage Robot is great. Cartoon Network shows, Grim Life of Billy and Mandy. I wasn't... That old Animaniacs gag, I remember that. Fingerprints? I don't think so. Cartoon Network shows. definitely like Dexter's Lab. I like Powerpuff Girls a lot. I actually saw the first Powerpuff Girls movie in theaters. I guess it was Powerpuff Girls for me. Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I couldn't get it. I didn't feel it. Did you ever see the Rocko's Modern Life film? I did not know there was a Rocko's Modern Life film of Zero Racer. That comes as a surprise to me. I'm not even sure I saw the entire run of Rocko's Modern Life. I started watching it. I started it when it started, and I'm not sure I saw everything they put out for it. I remember the first. I think it was the first episode they aired. Was the Suckomatic one with the like weird apocalyptic ending to it. That was the kind of stuff that I was into at the time. That got me hooked. What's up, man? I could see a Rocko's sex lineup. Well, I mean, with a voice like that, how could he not, really? But yeah. Wasn't filmed as a special release in 2019. Wow, actually very good. No kidding. I'll have to look it up. And extended trans rights episode. Nice. Very nice. This is bringing back all kinds of different scattered memories of Rocko's Modern Life. You remember the musical episode? Like, you can't fight City Hall. You can't fight corporate America. Except Rocko missed all the rehearsals, so he couldn't perform in any of it. It was just a big musical episode happening around him. It was so funny. Billy and Mandy actually started out as grim and evil until the show split off into evil, Con Carne, and grim adventures of Billy and Mandy. Evil Con Carne didn't do as well as Billy and Mandy. Interesting, I didn't know that. I mean, I never watched much of those either. So I was unfamiliar. Yeah, my era of Cartoon Network was more Powerpuff Girls, which I think was before Billy and Mandy. I don't know. The whole Powerpuff Girls timeline is kind of hard to follow because they were there and then they went away for a bit and then they came back for a while and then got rebooted or something. And yeah, I don't know. So quote cow and chicken sometimes. The butt devil lives in my mind and I hate it. I suppose there are worse things to get stuck on, but I can't think of what they are at the moment. Grim and Evil was way more on the horror end of horror comedy. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of Billy and Mandy, and it's like, yeah, it's just straight up comedy. I don't remember anything particularly grim about it, despite the title. Villain and Anton Blast was clearly inspired from The Devil and Cow and Chicken. Billy and Mandy's dark comedy for the most part, okay. Still say goodbye like chicken. Well, we'll have to see how well the Ah Real Monsters game captures the magic of the TV show. I'm expecting not very well. That tends to be my boilerplate criticism of like licensed cartoon games, is they don't ever really manage to capture that spark, the charm of whatever it is they've licensed. So Powerpuff Girls movie saw 5 times in theater. It was good. It was really good. I loved it. Sometimes go, hey there baby, to Shatora, like Johnny Bravo, she hates it. That's awesome though, I love that. Never stop doing that. But yeah. This is a big issue. A bigger issue than I was expecting. Some of these games we could get stuck on for quite some time. So, this is Vegas Stakes music, isn't it? Yep. Boy, I'll never forget that. Getting my wish to not bump the table. So yeah, I don't want to spend too long talking tonight. I will remind you of the schedule, and also I've decided what we're gonna do tomorrow night. It should come as basically no surprise, I think. But yeah. Too long, apes and monkeys have been under the thumb of man. Well, time has come to oppose that thumb. What's up, Dave? Avatar video games tend to be sinkers. There's been quite a few, yeah? I'm pretty sure once we hit GBA, we'll be faced with a whole bunch of them. Right? Right? Manic, thank you so much for the 80 stream streak. I think it's a real number. Not one that comes up often for me, but yeah. Somehow Master System Odyssey returns. Tempting. Don't get me wrong. It is tempting. We are, you know, we're getting near the end of that. Is the music drowning me out? I mean, I can turn it down, but the levels look like they're supposed to. It might just be this particular song. Maybe that's better. Another night of Don't Look Outside. Why would I do that tomorrow? Why would I do that on a Friday? What's up, Dayron? How you doing? I'm playing through Super Mario World 2 right now. I love it. Yoshi's Island, well, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but y'all know. Yoshi's Island is arguably my favorite Mario game. I love it. Absolutely love it. It is weird that one of the recurring characters in 2000 Scooby-Doo cartoon is Harlan Ellison, playing himself as a college professor. All right, so anyway, let's talk schedule. Tonight, of course, we're starting October 1995 in Nintendo Power, and oh boy, we're gonna be on this for a while. I can see that happening. Maybe even past real October. But yeah, Powers are tonight and Saturday. Wedged ever so snugly in between those two is Friday, our seminal variety night. And I believe for this one, I have a special opportunity to do an actual, genuine variety night because, like I told you, I did, for the first time in 6 years, pick up a Humble Monthly, what they call Humble Choice now, I guess, which got me 8 games that I'm really excited about, pretty much all of them. Maybe not Hotel Decorator so much, but the other 7, yeah. I was very, very interested in all of those. So I figure, before I actually launch into any of them myself, how's about I throw them on a wheel and we check out a bunch of them together tomorrow night. I think that'll be a good time. And it may actually be a public service. I'm not a public servant, but it may be a service to the public, which is you. Because you might get to see what I think about some of these games, and maybe you will think, oh, those are cool games. Maybe I should get them as well. Or maybe you'll be like, that game is my favorite game of all time. Oddish, you better enjoy it. Or I will begin to subtly hate you. Also, good evening, Boot Black, and good to see you. It's on page 10. Yeah, you're playing that tonight. More than likely. Mystery Incorporated is a legit funny show. I've seen part of it. I've seen bits of it, yeah, and it is pretty funny. Are you planning to play more Yoshi's Island? I'm assuming you're directing that at chat, because it ain't up to me. I'm certainly not saying one way or another, so it comes down to the requests. Which, frankly, will be the case for all of these. Let's get into it, chat. Let's talk about what we have ahead of us, what we have to look forward to in this particular issue. And you can start plotting and planning and colluding as you see fit. This is the Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island cover feature. I remember this one distinctly because it is very colorful and very charming, and Baby Mario has hot news on his ass. Which is apparently Super Mario RPG. That wouldn't fit on his ass, but hot news would. We also got Batman Forever, Mega Man 7, Primal Rage, and Real Monsters. And a feature on Civilization in the Epic Center. But what else we got? They call it Super Mario RPG ass. It almost... We'll talk about that in a second. It almost sounds like they're going down the same advertising road they did with Earthbound, but they won't, as far as I recall. As far as I recall. So yeah, full coverage this month. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Batman Forever, Primal Rage, Real Monsters, Mega Man 7. I believe Vertical Force and Panic Bomber are both Virtual Boy titles. We may have actually played both of those already. And then they're rounding things out with Aladdin. This must be Game Boy Aladdin. Because Super NES Aladdin's been covered. The NES is dead and buried. And there is no Virtual Boy Aladdin, thank Christ. So, in the Epic Center, we've got the usual Epic news. I know that's exciting to some of you to see if they mention any Japan-only games there. It's a pretty reliable source of getting stuff that didn't actually show up here into circulation on this channel. Then their features are Civilization and I think a preview of Secret of Evermore, like an actual preview of the gameplay, and then Epic Strategies, which may or may not be more Ogre Battle. Special features, Mario RPG. They are breaking the news on Super Mario RPG here. So we will talk about that. And then they bothered to put a sports scene in this one. Yawn, whatever. And then every issue is the same. Every issue. It is. It's there. But yeah, down at the bottom. It's over there. Down that way. The Super Mario RPG blurb down in the corner. Warning, if you experience shortness of breath or drooling while viewing Nintendo Power's exclusive behind-the-scenes article on Super Mario RPG, close the magazine immediately. Exposure to this ACM adventure may cause spontaneous awe, resulting in irresistible desire to stomp Koopas. So, not quite the same bullshit they pulled with Earthbound. It is still genuine, like, it's still a positive assessment. It's just doing it as like a warning message or something. I don't love it. It's very 90s, but yeah. And I don't believe they carry that over into the feature. ACM Adventure. What does that mean? In the wake of Donkey Kong Country's huge success, Nintendo Power, at least, really wanted to make a big deal out of that art style. I don't remember what ACM stands for because I hate it, but it is that the rendered graphics. Advanced computer modeling, is that it? It might be advanced computer modeling. But yeah, instead of sprite art, which actually looks good, it's that rendering technique that they use for Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario RPG and on. Going back to odd how often they use the acronym ACM, considering, you know, it did not stick at all. It's because it was something that Nintendo did and Sega didn't. So they really wanted to own it. They really wanted to glomp onto that and make it, you know, it's like all these other marketing buzzwords: Mode 7 graphics, blast processing, Super FX chip enabled, and all that horse shit. It was just another thing to associate with Nintendo products to get people excited, except it's graphics that kind of don't look that good on an old tube TV, so didn't work for me. The term just slid right off my brain, and I more or less avoided the games that used it. So we all remember blast processing in Friends. Yeah, well, I mean, it's natural that with the scattershot approach they're gonna take to marketing this stuff, some of those terms are gonna fall through the cracks. And let's be honest, ACM is not nearly as interesting or eye-catching as like blast processing, you know? Like, you kind of have to know going in what ACM stands for to get excited about it. I don't know if it has anything to do with Sega not doing that very much at all and Nintendo doing it all the time. What? were we not just talking about blast processing? Oh my gosh, Yoshi has an entire island? I know, crazy, right? And not just Yoshi, but also Yoshi and Yoshi and Yoshi and Yoshi and Yoshi. The entire spectrum of Yoshis all share an island together. Isn't that lovely? Nice. So anyway, chat, if we're gonna get to this stuff and actually make any headway and not just get stuck playing Yoshi's Island for like the entire night, we should probably get on with it. So, turning the page, I am initiating requests. Where are they? There they are. I see them. There you are. Alrighty then. It's actually a Yoshi cloning facility island. Baby Mario is sent to infiltrate and discover its secrets. Alright. Letter. Jesus Christ. Hang on a sec. I need you to see this. I need to make sure. Look at this fucking Mega Man, dude. Look at the fucking Mega Man. Oh my god. Alright, anyway, what are these idiots talking about this month? A few days ago, I read the letter section of the June issue of Nintendo Power and saw Rick Innocent's letter about, hey, 8-year-old kids shouldn't send in letters with pictures of Game Boy bread. I like that loaf of bread and what? My parakeets love your magazine. Okay, cool. About your online service you asked us about Nintendo's, you asked us Nintendo's Power subscribers about. I think it's awesome! What better thing to do when you're bored than slide up to your cozy computer and get the latest information on all the popular games? Well, welcome to 2025, where not only can you do that, you can listen to the worst people in the world complain about all the things that you love. Mega Man is mega mad at being mega dick. Woe's me, it looks like I'll have to keep my Virtual Boy in my room all the time in order to keep it out of the hands of my game-crazy little brother. That's because I read that Virtual Boy should only be played by people 7 years or older. Still, I want to know, how come you don't want young children playing Virtual Boy? The longest stretch of text in this entire feature is Nintendo Power replying to them. Your concern for your little brother is very touching, but try taking more acting lessons. Seriously, asked a very good question. In order to give a full 3D effect, it's important that a player have fully developed depth perception and binocular vision. Since the vision in children under age 7 may still be developing, using a game system that relies on depth perception and binocular vision could affect the maturation process. According to eye experts or doctors, most people have fully developed vision by the age of 5, but we prefer to play it safe and recommend they wait until age 7. Practice Mario Tennis while you have a head start. Your brother may swing a mean racket when he's old enough to play. Highly aspirational of them to think that the Virtual Boy will still be around in 2 years. Mega Man got swole, yeah. Oh, before we move on, yeah, just so you can see it, this over here is, I'm pretty sure that's Pocky and Rocky envelope art, I think. If I remember correctly. Anyway, snapping back to reality. Arg, I followed the warning on the Scratch and Sniff Earthbound packet enclosed in Nintendo Power Volume 74. Yuck! The Scratch and Sniff things reeked! You're gonna put another Scratch and Sniff packet in another issue of Nintendo Power, make it smell like marshmallows or grapes. The Scratch and Sniff Earthbound stuff, I know we talked about this, but I really need to stress this, smelled fucking terrible. I had it, I tossed it the same day. It was vile. And it was supposed to be. It was part of their stupid 90s reverse psychology advertising campaign for the game. And yeah, that stuff was just disgusting. It was so bad. This last one from Sarah Labrie. I don't know about you guys, I'm sick of video games always showing girls in dresses with big pink bows in their hair. I mean, come on, in real life we're far from being the delicate, prissy, male-dependent bimbos that the big companies seem to think we are. We don't need a male to save us every 5 minutes, we don't scream at every spider that passes by us, and most of us prefer not to waltz around in little string bikinis. As far as video games go, the girls in my 6th grade class can take any challenge the boys can dish out. For game choices, Barbie either. Earthworm Jim, DKC, Killer Instinct, and Star Fox are among our favorites. And Editor-in-Chief Gail Tilden specifically replied, "Amen, Sarah." Nice. Good stuff. And then that green inset in the top is another grand prize winner of the Power Pole contest. Eric Haberman of Santa Ana, California, the volume 65 grand prize winner, which was, I think, exactly a full year back from this issue. Got to hobnob with the Eniot Fellows finest at the Troy Aikman Foundation Celebrity Golf Tournament in Dallas. Eric served as Troy's honorary caddy, which when you think about it is a lot more fun than being his honorary left tackle. So... I mean, if you're a big Troy Aikman fan or whatever, I guess this would be really cool. But... he won the chance to carry a bunch of golf clubs around for some dude, as some dude played golf. So cool. Also went Six Flags Over Texas, the Texas Rangers game, so that's cool. That works, I suppose. Price paid, he had to go to Dallas. Tragic, right? One last thing before we move on from this. I know we zoomed back out, but this DKC2 envelope art is amazing. I hope y'all really drank it in while we were zoomed in, because it looks really, really good. The shading on it is just incredible. Good evening, Deep Thought. Good to see you. How's the Nintendo tonight? Oh, it's exciting stuff. It's a big issue. We got a lot of good stuff going on, and we're gonna start strong with the power charts. I keep fucking forgetting they put the power charts in at the very beginning of the issue, and I keep thinking I'm gonna do a really clever segue from the letters page into the first game feature, and I keep just falling flat on my face with it. So, let's talk about the power charts and see how long y'all want to tie us down here. Alright. The Super NES Top 20 has been utterly upended from previous months. I know it doesn't kind of look like that, but it has, so just bear with me here. Killer Instinct's on top. It came in number 2 last month, but it has taken the top spot, unseating the de facto greatest game of all time according to Nintendo Power, Donkey Kong Country. I will never let that go, by the way. And then Mortal Kombat 3 out of nowhere in, well, wouldn't you know it, 3rd place. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is hanging on in 4th, same as it was last month, and then Super Mario World 2 has jumped on here in 5th. Final Fantasy 3, we now know as Final Fantasy 6, Super Metroid, Mortal Kombat 2, Earthbound, and Chrono Trigger are the rest of the top 10, and then Earthworm Jim, Doom, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Mega Man X2, Ogre Battle, Illusion of Gaia, Secret of Mana, Mega Man X, Super Mario Kart, and Ken Griffey Jr. are the rest of it. Interesting. So there's 2 new entries, and they both jumped up towards the top of the list. And then Mega Man X came back out of nowhere. It wasn't even ranked last month. Everything else just kind of shuffled around. Nintendo sure does love drinking its own Kool-Aid. Had Chrono Trigger actually released by this point? No. I would go back and show you this, but I think the card was actually missing from the last issue. Actually, I'll go get the physical issue so I can explain. It's probably been a while since we talked about how exactly these charts come into being. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me make sure I've got this right first, and then I will share with you. Okay. So here's the deal. Let me embiggen myself for a second. Just so I can show you. Again, I would go back to the previous issue, but I think it was missing its card. So this up here, this is the Power Players poll that they have in every issue. And I just want to give you a visual reference so that you understand what I'm about to explain. The upper card is basically a bunch of survey questions, and they want you to fill that out. The lower card is what you detach and you send back to Nintendo Power to enter the Power Players poll contest. Now, the survey questions are, okay, the first 3 are, please indicate in order of preference your 5 favorite Super NES games. Then your 5 favorite Game Boy games, your 5 favorite Virtual Boy games, and then which 5 products on the list are you most interested in playing? Now, on the response card, for those, you have directions. There are 5 spaces to answer, but not big enough to actually write in an answer, because you don't write in an answer, you write a number. So, for your 5 favorite Super NES games, the instructions say indicate numbers from 1 to 133 from the list on the back of the card. Now, that's because, and I'm going to embiggen myself one more time so you can see this. Maybe, because this is a list for ants. On the back of the card is a list of options for players to pick from. So, if your favorite Super NES game of all time is, for example, ActRaiser, that's not an option right now. You cannot put ActRaiser on here. The A option... God, this is really fucking hard to read. The A options for Super NES, and this was last month. This was the card for last month that populated this top 20. The A options included Ah Real Monsters, Addams Family Values, The Adventures of Batman and Robin, Arabiz Supersonic, and Animaniacs. And kids followed these directions, yes. Because the end result is you just put a bunch of numbers on the card. But the reason I'm getting into the weeds on this is this should explain why these top 20s look the way they do. Why are Chrono Trigger and Super Mario World 2 way up here when they're not even released yet? Well, that's because they're in this list. Yeah, Chrono Trigger at number 17, wedged between Castlevania Dracula X and Cutthroat Island. And then Yep, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, wedged between Super Mario All-Stars and Super Metroid. So, Nintendo Power had full control over the list of options that kids had for populating the top 20. Which, you know, if you have to pick your 5 favorite Super NES games, and then you got to pick them by a number off this little list, you're probably not going to pour over looking for like your own specific favorites for more than a minute or two. You're going to pick the coolest looking stuff on here, and you're going to slap that up there. So, yeah. And naturally, with 133 options, Nintendo Power is going to populate them with, like, all the Nintendo options. Like, all the first-party ones. You know. Wario's Woods is on here? Wario's Woods didn't get a Super NES release. At least not in the West. Civilization is not on here. Secret of Evermore is on here, and they've only done, like, previews of that. So yeah, it's just a straight popularity contest at this point, so. Yeah. It's fixed, chat. The whole damn system is rigged. Soon you hear Wario's Woods mentioned. Pretty I played on the SNES. Surprisingly good game. It's an interesting one. It's a shame it didn't get an official release here. That was kind of odd oversights. This is before times when release dates were mostly very fuzzy. Yeah, I mean, you can never really, like, yeah. Release dates weren't actually hard and fast. Something might have an official release date. That didn't necessarily mean you were going to get it in your neck of the woods, even within a month of that. Because your local stores and distributors had to order it and get a hold of it, and they might want to hold out to see if it's, you know, doing well in other places and gets good word of mouth or whatever. Definitely a weird period also being released on the NES. If I remember correctly, Wario's Woods on NES and SNES? No, I'm thinking of something else. There was, I'm thinking Mario and Wario. That's what it is. I'm getting my wires crossed there. Yeah, I remember Wario's Woods on NES. I don't remember the SNES version. But yeah. Our Dominic, thank you so much for the 75 stream streak. Good to see you tonight. Good to see you. It is a shame it didn't come out here, yeah. As my previous comment stands, just applied to Mario and Wario. The little bit I played of it was pretty cool. So. Alright, Game Boy Top 10. Excuse me. I made a lot of hay about how static this one has been for so long, but it's actually been shaken up this month. Donkey Kong Land took the top spot, then Link's Awakening, Tetris, Metroid 2, Mortal Kombat 2 jumps up out of nowhere, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Super Mario Land 2, Earthworm Jim, Donkey Kong, and Wario Land, which is technically Super Mario Land 3. And then this month's specialty chart is the top 10 arcade games. Gee, I wonder what number one's gonna be. Just kidding, it's Killer Instinct. Followed by Mortal Kombat 3. Fatal Fury Special in third kind of surprises me. But good on him, because it's great. NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Sam Show, NBA Live 95, Mortal Kombat 2, WWF Arcade. I forgot there was a WWF Arcade game. Super Street Fighter 2 and Primal Rage. I guess Street Fighter's kind of on the wane right now with Mortal Kombat. With Killer Instinct on the rise and Mortal Kombat getting, like, regular sequels. Not even entirely sure how to play on the NES due to the controller. I remember using the shoulder buttons a bunch. All right, Deep Thought, have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you. I feel like Japanese players got a lot more use out of the SNES mouse in North America. Yeah, definitely. They definitely did. Just different markets, really. And the SNES mouse was absolutely designed for the Japanese market. Like, they just had more uses in mind for it. And we got it over here with Mario Paint, and it was like, well, now what? I basically have the SNES mouse for Mario Paint and King Arthur's World. And you know what? That's enough for me. That's worth it on its own, I think. Most Wanted! More Virtual Boy, cries no one ever as they push the 3D game system and 2 titles onto the Most Wanted list. Nintendo Ultra 64, Killer Instinct, Virtual Boy, Doom, Mortal Kombat 3, Cruising USA, Donkey Kong Country 2, Killer Instinct, Waterworld, Mario. People actually want Waterworld. These poor people, the children yearn for Waterworld, chat. They know not what they do. I see some appeal in Mario Clash. The only appeal I see is people not understanding that it isn't a conventional Mario game in 3D. I'm not sure people fully understood that it was just like a weird 3D kit bash of like Mario Bros. Speaking of which, down in the Hall of Fame, with eager game fans everywhere waiting eagerly, wow, redundant much? For this month's debut of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, I thought it'd be a good time to look back at the many adventures in Mario's epic career. Mario Bros, Mario Land, Mario World. Just double checking. Satellite. Were you requesting OG Super Mario Brothers? Is that what we're doing? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Kind of true for a ton of peripherals. Like, you hear about ones that got like one title here in like 70 days. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Misprint on Mario Brothers release date. Yep, October 1995. Which would be, you know, now. The present. That's pretty funny. And I mean, I can understand how they slipped that in there because I glossed right over that. I wasn't even looking at the dates. Like, why do I need to look at the dates? I know when this shit came out. Wario Land Virtual Boy soon. It's actually pretty good. It has to be because the Virtual Boy had a shelf life of 4 months. So if it's not this month, it's next month or the next month. Because after that, the system is dead. So, yeah. Alright, chat, let's do it. Back to humble origins. Back to where it all began. The superest of Mario Bros. The one, the only. Thank you for this, by the way. Any excuse to get the old NES up and running again makes me very happy. You need to be down for it, and you're right. And you're right. I mean, who would refuse a good old game of original Mario Brothers? Whoop. Bladoop. Ah! Yay! Not Lost Levels? I wasn't requested. Because it ain't on there. I've done my time in Lost Levels. I've beaten the Lost Levels. I never need to do that again. I have nothing left to prove. Actually, That's another one of those things I can proudly put on my gaming resume. Beat the lost levels. Up there with Sunsoft Batman. You okay, Manic? What happened? I suppose the lost levels, they lost, you beat them. Hey chat, what world do you want to go to? 2, 3, or 4? 3. For game characters with the right amount of momentum or rarity in Super Mario Bros. Time, yeah, I would say yeah. I'm pretty confident that the play control and handling of Mario is a huge factor in why Super Mario Bros. Was so popular. Like, I know when I go back and I try to play other platformers of the time, they always feel really, really clunky. Like, apologies to any fans in the audience. I was gobsmacked the first time I played Ice Climbers. I was like, how can people stand this shit? I hated the way it handled. Having actual levels was a rarity in this game time. That's also true. Most video games at the time were just like straight arcade experiences. They had like 3 or 4 or 5 levels that just repeated. Faster and more difficult or whatever. So yeah, having a game with this much clear progression to it was a pretty big coup as well. Yeah, this was a game you could beat. Which was, yeah, sort of arguably a revolution at the time, you know? Trying to replicate it, I was surprised how nuanced the movement code is in this game. It's doing tons of subpixel math to make it feel better. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. Was not a happy accident. It was designed to be this good. Impossibly weird subject matter be damned. You know, with everything I know about, like, the history of gaming and Nintendo and Mario Brothers, I don't actually know why they went with an Italian plumber as their main character. October 1985 is only guesstimation. We don't actually know the exact date when released in the US. Could have been anywhere between October 18th, a few days before, and other internal databases claiming November. The reason Mario's like that is because it's supposed to be Popeye. Well, Popeye's not Italian. Is he? Does that make it not Popeye? You know what always bothered me as a kid? The fire chain blocks are metal, right? Shouldn't they be really goddamn hot? Shouldn't Mario not be able to jump on the blocks themselves? Both working class, their designs were similar at the start. I gotcha. I gotcha. I hated this level when I was a kid. I could not handle it. This shit drove me crazy because as a kid, I just wanted to get as far in the game as possible. So I would go to 1-2, I would hit the warp zone, I would go straight to World 4, and then I'd beat my head against this level. Over and over and over again. Nice shot, idiot. Bye. The lone release come first was the double pack with Duck Hunt. I don't know. Cause I got a Nintendo, I got an NES a couple years after the fact. And by then it had the double cartridge pack in. I also hated this jump too. I had a lot of trouble with that as a kid. Oh fuck! Momentum, chat. Momentum is very important. Can't hesitate. There it is. There we go. What was it? Aha. That's a vine, isn't it? I think I screwed that up. That's fine. Because it showed me all the secrets in this level one time, I memorized them all instantly. Pretty sure I still remember them. Yeah, I don't play Super Mario Brothers enough to keep my memory fresh. I have vague remembrances, that's it. Could never do this now, getting old sucks. I am going to cling to my platforming and shmupping and first-person shooting skills as long as I possibly can. But I know my time is limited. I know my days are numbered, so. End Eve alert! What the hell? Artist at the young age of 64, you have many years of... Thank you, Andy. Thank you for the vote of confidence. This is levels 1-3. First time you gotta do it. Yes! Yeah, that awkward-ass jump in the beginning. If you don't running jump that, you die. You just die. It's true, Justin Brett. RPGs will never leave me. I think that'll be the story of this channel. We'll just, over time, over time, we'll just lean more and more and more into RPGs. Saving so many RPGs for retirement. That's smart. That's smart. First try, chat. I actually remembered. I mean, it's only 2 junctions, so who gives a shit. Closest competitor in terms of ambition here was Pitfall 1 or 2. Yeah, exactly. Our skill at non-RPGs is like his hairline almost entirely receded. Guilty as charged. Hey. Plop, plop, plop. Oh, hello. So no, manual dexterity at 44 would probably be above average in my rhythm game of choice. I'll take that borderline win. Yeah, you might as well. You might as well. Take what you can get. Oh! Whee! Oh. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that. I have always been terrible at dealing with Hammer Brothers. Objectively, I get that they're not that difficult, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Every single damn time they get me. Damage boost or eat shit, that's me. Whoa there, champ. Actually, goodbye. Aha. I was just skills of games that I donate. I actually play Souls games and actually handle parry systems. You can't. You could. I mean, we don't really need to belabor this, but it's like the art discussion. Y'all can do these things. You know, this is a lifetime of gaming here. This is the sum total of, I guess, 35 years of gaming. You know, I've spent years and years and years of my life playing this game. And when I wasn't playing this game, I was playing other games similar to it. Yeah. Same with shmups. I don't have some kind of, like, God-given innate ability at shmups. You know, it's because I played Gradius. A lot of Gradius. Oh, God. I got my shit pushed in at Gradius many, many times so that I could one day be good at it. This is exactly this is what I've chosen to do with my life. Be, if anything, entirely average at Mario. I'm not a speedrunner. I don't know all the advanced tricks and strats. I can't do it hitless. I can't do it deathless. I can just do it. Sometimes. There we go. Been pleased to find that I am actually better at games in some key ways than when I was younger. It's actually like a split for me. The manual dexterity stuff, I think I'm actually better. I think my skills have just kind of stacked over time. I don't think there's been any real degradation in my abilities. Oh, fuck. My hang-ups now usually come from, like, patience. Or just, like, misunderstanding mechanics. Like, there are some games that I understood better as a kid than I do now. And I don't really have the patience to relearn them. Platformers, you don't have to worry about that. Platformers, you just go, right? But there are certain, like, strategy games and, like, even RPGs that I definitely had a better time with as a kid than I do now. I was shocked, honestly, when I played Final Fantasy Legend 2 for y'all years ago and had, like, a really rough time with it after feeling like I had a really easy time with it as a kid. And I think just, like, hello. I think the way I approach games like that has changed. And when I was a kid, I just had a better way of doing it. I had a more correct approach for it, whereas as an adult, I was just coming out from the wrong angle. I couldn't do this as a kid. I was terrible at these bonus stages as a kid. Sure, I'm never gonna full an 8-hour session like my first day of Final Fantasy X. Yeah. I would get like the worst headache imaginable if I did that. Got on a skateboard for the first time in 15 years and somehow I'm better now than I ever was when I was young and doing it every day. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, some skills are just additive. Like, you only get better at them. Other ones, like, yeah, degrade, mutate. Yeah, and with gaming, it's all over the place. I'm pleased as punch that I can still do this. That if anything, my reflexes are better than they were as a kid. This isn't muscle memory. I didn't play OG Super Mario Brothers enough for this to be muscle memory. I don't remember this level at all. But I just know what I'm doing. What's up, Ralibor? Good to see you. Couldn't make people hate themselves nearly as well when I was a kid. One other thing I'm gonna say, Super Mario Brothers got right. The new platform, as far as I knew before that, is level rhythm. Yes. If you can ever find like interviews or breakdowns with the developers about the designs of the levels in the original Super Mario Brothers, it's fascinating stuff. I studied a bit of that when I got Mario Maker 2, because I was really curious about what makes a good Mario level a good Mario level. Oh fuck me. Soon as Hammer Brothers mechanics come into it, I'm dead. Every time I get back on a unicycle, I'm amazed how I can. Dude, that's so awesome. That is so fucking cool. Unicycles are mystifying to me. That's like fucking magic. My elementary school had a unicycle team. Like, you could opt into doing like unicycle shit for PE, and I never did. I didn't have any confidence I could do it. Some of my friends did it, and I was just like, it was fucking incredible. Like, how do you do that shit? Yeah, forget it. I was surprised I've beaten multiple 2D Souls-likes. To be fair, those do tend to be pretty all over the place in terms of, oh god. Wow, how lucky was that? I love it. Now that, not so much. That was just dumb. I'd be Bowser once he starts throwing hammers. Be super, yeah. One weird trick. Kings of the Koopas hate it. Can't do it, chat. Okay, bye. Whee! Great thing about unicycles is the taller the seat, the safer you are from falling off. Wait, really? What? Really? I didn't know that. Womp, womp, womp. It's a water level! We actually haven't done a water level this whole time. How many water levels are there in Mario? There's this one? Okay. So, wait, we took the warp from World 1. We took the warp from World 1 to World 3. So there are none in World... There's none in World 1, right? Not counting Minus World, no. 2, okay. Yeah, there's one in World 2 and there's one in World 7. Huh, that's crazy. I mean, these OG water levels were kind of janky, so it's probably for the best they didn't cram a whole lot of them in there, but still. Is there a water area in Bowser's Castle? I can't remember now, because my memories of this game get conflated with the lost levels. Oh no. I was really bad at these levels as a kid. I could not handle the rhythm of them. God damn! That was great. Like, my strategy for these levels as a child was just run full tilt. Which, of course, some of them are gonna get you if you do that. There are ones designed to get you if you just run full out and don't stop and don't actually try to dodge. I keep getting just like one extra life to keep me at like 1. You're never getting the lost levels a little too fuck you hard for you. Yeah, I mean, I never, like, when I was a kid, I didn't have Super Mario All-Stars. I rented it. And of course, I rented it to try the lost levels. I don't remember this shit at all. But apparently I got it right. Okay, I didn't get that part right. You gotta do that, huh? I don't know. I don't fucking know. No, that wasn't it either. No, that wasn't it either. Alright, fuck you. I'm not going that way. Top, middle, top. Middle's hard to do. Hope that counted. That was it. Thank you. Oh my god! That didn't look like it should have worked, but it did. Maze level is probably your least favorite in the game. I think it's neat. I think it's a neat concept, but it is annoying. It is undeniably annoying. GBC port has a nice little chime when you do section right, and it's so much nicer. That would help a lot, yeah. I think... Does All-Stars do that too? Mario All-Stars out of that. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Whoop. Good old harrowing 1-block jumps. GBC Mario 1 taught me the levels way more just because you have to memorize them to go fast. Because less screen real estate, yeah. Okay. GBA Yoshi's Island had the same issue. Yeah, I could see that being a pain. Give me that. I want it. We're probably not beating this game without it. we might not be beating this game with it. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Okay. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine. You should probably leave now. Nope. Okay. Remember GBA Mario World and 3 being super playable with the screen? I think GBA 3 is your favorite version, the one you grew up with. Yoink. Oh, wow. Never seen them do that. I didn't know these OG ones could fire that fast. Shit! I know you need a running start, but that is so awkward. Martinet screams, yeah, I got it when you beat a level. Yo, okay, champ. In the Mario voice or the regular voice? Ah, okay. Oh, God. I'm against adding voice clips in these old Marios in favor of dumb clips in, like, Yoshi's story. Never a problem with it. Grant, by the time I grew up, Martinet was pretty squarely Mario. Ew. This is a neat level. I like how unique it is visually, but it's also full of these fuckheads and yeah. I need you to leave. Oh god. There's one, I know that there's one just sitting here that I'm gonna have to like jump over or something. That guy. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, and that guy. Okay. And there's that guy and that guy. Okay. Well, this is Dark Souls 2 hitboxes on those hammers. This one's a big maze, right? I have, like, no memory of how this place is laid out. Absolutely none. Oh, I bet it's up there, though. I can make an educated guess here. You're right, I could have done this warpless. Oh, fuck me. Done and gone and fucked it, chat. You realize you're now obligated to collect no more coins to beat this at 69, right? I mean, I'm on my last life or my penultimate life, so the odds of beating this at all are not great. Because I know this final Bowser spews hammers all over the place. God damn it. I think that was the exact same pipe I went into last time, too. Also, I fucked up. Now I'm at 70. I don't even know how. One of those guys is gonna get me. Like, without question. Whoa. Which of these fucking... Oh, God. Oh, my God, Jesus. Oh, no, the timer's gonna get me. Oh, was it that one? Oh, shit, it is. Okay. Got a Mario fast. No! Okay. All right. We Mario'd. We did the Mario. Hammer, it's hammer time. Oh man. Well, that was great, chat. That was really enjoyable. All the thrills and chills and spills of classic Mario right there. Okay. Wait, what? What, Shadows? What? NBA Live 95 did not come out on arcades, I don't think. Am I allowed to torture the SNES Doom? No. Ah! Let's talk about Yoshi's Island. 10 years ago, an unknown plumber started his career in Brooklyn, New York. Now prepare for worldwide seismic repercussions as the long-awaited sequel of Super Mario World arrives in stores. Discover Mario's latest adventure on Yoshi's Island. Yeah, they must be using arcade as a genre. With over 60 levels and 130 different types of enemies. That's a lot of enemies, damn. Yoshi's Island is packed with a variety of challenges. You played the original Super Mario World. You remember going for a perfect score of finding all the exits in every level of the game. When you insert the sequel. I was bullied by the streamer. Fury, I'm saving you from yourself. I'm doing you a favor. Nobody wants to see SNES Doom again. Least of all you. I'm just helping you come to the correct conclusion. Yeah, no, I was just thinking that, Justin Brett. It does sound right. Island has a ton of weird enemies who pop up once or twice. Yeah, it totally does. There's a whole host of enemies that only show up in like 1 or 2 levels, yeah. Still amazed SNES Doom works at all. It is pretty remarkable. It's a shame it's not more playable. If it was like Wolfenstein level, oh my god, it'd be great, but yeah. Neppy Nuts in the box, and they have like a couple levels they're in. Special items consist of stars, red coins, flowers, and complete a level. Chalkboard tallies your finds. Check your results on the level selection screen. Yeah, we know all this. We know all this. Bonus stages. Looking for trouble. If you nail a perfect score on every level, a special stage and bonus challenge game appear. The special stage is designed to blow away the most advanced game players. We know the story. Oh, okay. After 4 years of development, Yoshi's Island, the sequel to Super Mario World, is finally here. Outstanding, unique graphics, smooth play control, and a wide variety of levels and enemies that make this battery-backed game worth every minute of the wait. Game graphics are unique in texture and design, high-octane eye candy for the most jaded video game enthusiasts. Yoshi's Island employs the Super FX2 chip, but don't expect the polygon structures typical of other FX games like Star Fox and Stunt Race. In this game, the chip polygon effects are subtle and deeply embedded within the program. Hang on one sec, chat. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Wife had emergency English question. It's one of your favorite SNES games aesthetically. It's definitely one of mine too. Yeah, I mean, it's one of my all-time favorite SNES games. Holy shit, we played to death? We really haven't. I did a full playthrough of it years ago. And then, yeah, we played through World 1 a couple weeks ago. I may have played it one other time somewhere in between. But there's definitely worse repeat offenders than this. Oh wow, this is interesting. So they have like breakdowns about the game and the fucking weird ass things you can transform into. Heck, was Yoshi topsy-turvy? What was that? That name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. Somebody look it up, because I do not remember. It definitely sounds like someone with a gyro in the cart. There's a sidebar on the development of this. Best-selling video games aren't made in a day, a week, or even a month. Yoshi's Island is a result of 4 years of development by a team of over 30 employees at Nintendo Company Ltd. In Kyoto. Headed by Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka. Mr. Miyamoto and Mr. Tezuka, the dynamic duo responsible for a long line of blockbuster hits, including all of the Super Mario Bros. And Zelda game series. Formula for their impressive success record. Quote, you need to know how to work with other people. If you would like to create good things, you must think in terms of the game players. I'd like a little more in-depth here, but this is Nintendo power. Anything actually insightful here? They're mostly talking about the technical aspects of the game and what the FX2 chip does. Coming up with ideas for a sequel was tough work. Yoshi's unique talents like swallowing enemies, throwing eggs, and using his tongue to grab items made him an ideal and innovative candidate as main character. Dynamic Duo also added a few of its own favorite characters. I love Poochie. He's a dog, said Mr. Tezuka. We created this character a long time ago. We could not figure out where he could fit in. Near the end of the project, we discovered a place to use him. Poochie shows up in Special Level 1. Poochie ain't stupid. Meanwhile, I love the Baseball Boys, adds Mr. Miyamoto. They have an attitude. They remain secret about the projects they're currently working on, but Yoshi's Island won't be the last 16-bit platform game from this dream team. Gimmick is you tilt stuff in the level by tilting the console. Control yourself normally, you can manipulate enemies and stage level. That's cool, okay. 4 years of 30 developers, laughs in AAA. Yeah, seriously. Naoto Oshima worked on Yoshi's Topsy-Turvy. Baseball Boys are an amazing enemy design. It's funny. They've never been my favorite. Like I prefer the more creative ones, but they are very emotive. All right. They don't really do level break. Like they just do little blurbs about each of them. This little bit down here is the only map that they bother to show. I guess because to show you where to push the Chomp Rock to get up there. But yeah, they got a breakdown of world. I think they did break down the first 3 worlds in this. Oh, they put Poochie in 2-1. Oh no, they did all. Oh fuck, they did all of them. Wow. I hate Prince Froggy so much. I know I've talked about this before. But this is my least favorite boss in the entire game because he makes it so goddamn hard to 100% the level. It's so annoying. World 3 Boss 2 is still one of your favorite. Oh, Naval Piranha, who I'm covering up. Yeah, that's a cool one. That's a really cool boss fight. This has my favorite boss fights in 2D Mario, definitely. Yeah, completely agree. They're all really, really creative. I mean, Raphael the Raven is one of the coolest 2D fights, like, in anything ever. And he might get a bit overshadowed, but I think Sluggy the Unshaven is pretty cool, too. Since you have to, like, tunnel into him to beat him. Yeah, Raphael the Raven is so fucking cool. And then, yeah. Final Battle's really neat, too. None of the people I knew at NSNS had this game as Super Mario World 1, and now I'm like, I suck at platformers, so it's just much. It just takes time. It's a product of time. It's like making a diamond. You just need time and pressure. Alright. Oh. I have to switch systems. I feel like 3D Mario tends to be a bit better at bosses than 2D. Well... yeah, like, I don't necessarily love 3D Mario's bosses. I mean, like, and I mean, if you're gonna drill down specifically, I think Mario 64 has particularly wretched ones, because it basically only has one. And you do the same thing over and over and over again. But yeah, I think the problem with the older 2D Marios is they never really got away from just hopping on enemies, you know? Even Super Mario World, when they give you the ability to pick up and throw objects, like, only the final boss requires that. None of the Koopa kids do. You still just stomp the Koopa kids. You bump Reznors from underneath, but every Reznor fight is exactly the same. There's only one other boss that you throw shit at. And it's the secret boss. It's the Big Boo. So, they kind of missed a trick in Mario World with that. And yeah, I have a personal soft spot for the bosses in Super Mario Bros. 2, but yeah. I feel like mostly Yoshi's Island bosses than 3D games. Same. No, big same. I think 3D Mario bosses tend to fall under certain archetypes, at least until you get to like, well. I don't know. Galaxy had some really creative ones. And then Odyssey had some really creative ones, so... maybe it just takes them a while to get there, you know? With 2D Marios, it took them until Yoshi's Island to really get interesting bosses going. With 3D Marios, it took them until Galaxy or Odyssey to really get there. Sunshine had some cool ones, like the blooper where you pull the tentacles off, the roller coaster fight. I can't do Sunshine. I kind of wish I could, but yeah, Sunshine just does not click for me. I've never been so out on a Mario game as I am on Sunshine. It surprises me. This version. Reason to start playing Galaxy and that's been I love Galaxy. Galaxy might be my favorite 3D Mario. Odyssey is really, really good though. It's a tough call. They're at the very least they're close. I've never done everything in Odyssey, but I think that might be a product of Odyssey being too big. I have done everything in Galaxy. I've gotten the maximum number of stars you can get in that. Galaxy introduces Rosalina, a favorite Mario character after you. I love Rosalina. I think Rosalina's a great design. Mario 3 Yoshi's Island and both Galaxies for you. I've never played Galaxy 2, you know? I remember being kind of shocked when I played this game the first time that you don't see an actual Koopa until World 2. I remember being like, oh my god. Touch a superstar and become powerful, Mario. Hold, yeah, you can run up walls and cross ceilings. Hold B to float. Hold Y to dash. I love Super Baby Mario. I want to go this way? No, I don't. I want to go the other way. Maybe that. Maybe go like that. Like that. I love the way he, like, cocks back when he runs. Like, he's going so fast he can't hold his head forward. 2 is as good, if not better, than Galaxy 1. Oh, God. Your eyes should like this more than I do Momo's Twilight Princess. Zelda went through kind of a contentious period, didn't it? Like, post Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess. I feel like there was no real consensus with those. Poochie! Dog named Poochie is cute, isn't he? Hitch a ride. He runs in the direction that Yoshi faces. Alright, bud. Kill! Being one of the only Wind Waker defenders back in the day. I feel like... Again, I'm not, you know... I am still essentially a Zelda neophyte. I've only really beaten the first 4. So I can't really intelligently comment on this, but I feel like Wind Waker's been rehabbed a lot over time. I feel like people really came around on that. Whereas Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, I still hear people debating the merits of them. Skyward Sword didn't get far, the game felt rough. Dora, Wind Waker, or like Twilight Princess. They both felt badly paced to you. Twilight Princess has had some phenomenal characters. These last 2 blocks are such a fuck you if you're trying to get that that flower. There's a difference how the Wiimote 2.0 handles versus original Wiimote with the attachment. It might explain some of the contention around Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword has some neat stuff, had massive flaws. Also, you don't really vibe with Twilight Princess's vibe as much. Oh shit. I think I lost one. I think the first one I knocked out of that guy's paws. It might have respawned. It didn't. Yeah, I think I lost one. I like Skyward Sword, the Wiimote shit just ruins it. Have to preface this, I think the last 2 Zelda games are great, but I don't like them. Oh, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. 100% run ruined! It's over, chat. It's so over. Breath of the Wild got me into 3D Zelda again for how much it fixes your beefs with Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess. Fuck. I keep doing the same thing. It's over, chat. I can't do it. There's nothing left. I got nothing left. Just eat a bomb. Starfront's gone. But later day Zelda's indubitably awesome. Link Between Worlds. I was never clear on the handheld Zeldas. Like if they were new games or remakes or what. I was punishing Yoshi for failure by making him eat bombs. Wages of sin, Yoshi. Wages of sin. Hello. Link Between Worlds is a new game, okay. I missed 2, actually. Probably in the same sequence. Link Between Worlds is a direct sequel Link Path. Poppin' balloons! Found the ground, pop balloons, find the correct one to win. This one is basically down to luck. You could try to get in his face. You could try to get in his face to stop him from popping any balloons, but he pretty much gets that first one, and if it's in there. Womp womp. Between Worlds has some very dumb naming conventions and stuff. That's the worst you can say about it. I mean, that's still really good. That is still really good. The Baseball Boys. Hit with an egg and it'll fly off in the direction currently points. See, that guy was supposed to catch it. Oh, Prime 4 is good. Need a win. Oracle Seasons is the one you have a soft spot for. Sleepy time. It's Milds! Marching and also exploding Milds. And also like the first game you remember playing. Yeah, Oracle Seasons or Oracle Ages were the Capcom Zeldas. I think Kirby pops like that too? No, I'm pretty sure Kirby is... Whoa, my god! I forgot he could shoot through his own platform. Pretty sure Kirby is entirely indestructible. Link's Awakening is your favorite? It's mine too. It is definitely mine too. Capcom will ever remember they own the Mega Man franchise. I mean, yeah, they put out compilations every once in a while. And those sold really well. Making a new one, I don't know. You gotta remember that when it comes to franchises, like, the company is not the important part. Capcom is not Mega Man. Mega Man needs, like, a champion. Mega Man needs people at Capcom to make good Mega Man games. And they pretty much lost all of their Mega Man evangelists. Frankly, it's probably a similar situation in Nintendo. Like the franchises that fall by the wayside, they lose their champions, or the people who did champion them move on to other things and just don't want to go back. Powerful Mario! Again. Not this way. Only something small can go on from here. Where is the fucking... Oh, maybe I do need to go down here. Maybe we're gonna go around. I think we are. Yep, we are. How many years did we go between Metro games and then Dread finally came out? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, fans clamoring for a game will, like, it'll put pressure on the developer to make a new one, but they need the people who can do it. And these days, like, that can often mean, like, finding a third-party developer who's willing to take on the challenge. Yeah, it's very telling that Dread wasn't made by Nintendo themselves. Mega Man, I feel like there's enough spiritual successors doing what most sub-series did. I don't mind that much in the meantime. Grand Legend Battle Network was significant exceptions. There's also just fucking so many Mega Mans, too. And they're all available now. Like, I think Capcom deserves credit for that. You know? They kinda don't need to make new Mega Mans when there's already, like, 30 of them you can play. This shit is so much fun. Mega Man will always be featured in other Capcom games. Yeah, like Capcom doesn't hate Mega Man. They're not avoiding Mega Man. They love Mega Man. They don't really have a really good reason or opportunity to make another Mega Man. But they love Mega Man, so fuck it. Put them in other stuff. Does it not also apply to Mario's? There's a difference. There's a difference in that there are significant differences in the different Marios. Once you have an established, like, Mega Man sub-franchise, those games kind of tend to blend together. Dragon Quest is the one you... Oh, there. Dragon Quest is the one I wonder about the future of since 2 of the 3 major creators have passed away. Or the remakes are partially trying to gather peeps who can champion in the future. I mean, yeah, that would make sense. See the opposite effect of some of the Nintendo's games, like all the Paper Marios beyond their first 2-ish being not great. Friends that love the Battle Network games and feel like that might launch a bit better. I'm just some dude who likes Zero's design. Wasn't it the Battle Network collection that did like record numbers on release? That might have told them something. But then again, you need somebody at Capcom who can make a Battle Network game. And Battle Network isn't really like anything else they make at this point. So that's a pretty steep uphill battle, you know? Capcom may be entirely willing and eager to do a new Battle Network game, but they might not have anybody who can do it. I'll say it feels like theming is particularly relevant. The horrors of the internet now feels oddly realistic. Oh, for Battle Network, yeah. So 3 is a music guy and a character designer, which is a hit definitely not. You just can't do it anymore. Yeah. If they've still got people who are designing gameplay, you'll be okay. Fuck. And it's not like the music guy was buried with dun 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 dun. They can still use that. He would have loved to do that though. This rat kills Ernest, now stealing your eggs. I know, they're little bastards, aren't they? Evil, evil little critters. The games are much more fun when you don't try to 100% it. Yeah. I'm not gonna deny it, yeah. I like 100%ing it, but some of these levels can be very, very stressful to do so. Actually, no, I shouldn't even do that in case I fuck something up. I need more stars. Shit! I'm out. The thing Toriyama's involved with is really uncertain futures, and Dragon Quest is Dragon Ball. There's all power struggle around it now. Oh, that's not good. Oh, One Step to Eden. One Step to Eden's a neat game. God damn it. Thanks, Chief. There we go. Okay, cool. Motherfucker. Isn't really helpful. Shit. See, that's exactly what I was worried about. Ah, no! You're coming with me. Don't mind me, chat. Just doing my thing. There we go. Lives between Toriyama's estate and Toei. Maybe a third party too. Roguelike-wise, I did a few more runs of Spelunky. You'll be pleased to notice I managed to recreate dying because I threw a rock, hit myself in the face with a lance spike. I love doing that. Spelunky is like the most fun game to die in ever. It's great. So sad we won't ever see a new Star Fox or F-Zero game, or at least it feels like that. I mean, never say never. They got them, they know people want them. But yeah. Oh good, slot machine. This was definitely the worst bonus challenge. What's Gusty taste like? Hard to be sad about Star Fox. We've seen what they can do with that, and it's not what anybody wants. Yeah, I don't know what they can do with Star Fox. Star Fox is a really tough one. Like seriously, what do you do with Star Fox? What kind of game do you make now? Do you make a corridor shooter like the original one? Do you make an arcadey dogfighter kind of thing? fun shooting space sim with a light story. I mean, what kind of space shooting sim? Like, is it mission-based? Is it open world? What kind of progression does it have? Problem is, I want a rail shooter. It's hard, expensive to make one of those that lasts more than an hour. Yes, yeah. Yeah, we unfortunately live in an era now where if people don't get at least like 100 hours of gameplay out of their purchase, like it's a dead shitty game that's not worth 20 bucks or whatever. Like, console and PC gamers are looking for forever games now, you know? And I don't think having the name Star Fox on something is gonna warm people up to the idea of paying even $20 for a game where a single playthrough lasts like 30-40 minutes. I'm not blaming Nintendo for this one. I don't think the market is in a good place for a Star Fox game. At this point, if Nintendo's willing to do a rail shooter, bring back Sin and Punishment instead. The Wii one was an all-timer. Why to do that? Thanks for the coin, you dick. Star Fox, I think it's all did it really well. Oh, here we go. Whee! So you're saying is gamers are spoiled nowadays? I'm not saying gamers are spoiled. I'm saying expectations. I'm saying expectations have gotten really out of whack. It is, in a way, a problem that there are games that fulfill those expectations. Stuff like, you know, Stardew Valley and RimWorld and Dwarf Fortress. Games where you can spend like $20, $30, $40 and get a game that you can play literally forever. You know, it is kind of a problem that there are games out there that launch and then get post-launch support and updates for the better part of a decade, because that kind of expectation becomes the norm when most teams can't do remotely that. When a lot of teams just want to put out a game and have it do well and move on to other games. Oh, I shot a tutorial block off screen. Like, what the fuck happened? What's a trick for this? Suppose they could double down the replayability of X64, add multiple paths and stuff, had to be alive. And that'd be hard to design, you know? Big ass open game like that. Like, that's not an easy thing to make. Same issue making enough routes to meet current expectations of money. Yeah, game development is more expensive than it's ever been. And the mounting expectations from the audience mean you have to cram even more into that limited budget you have to work with. Anyone else here play the DS Star Fox game? That game goes so wacky. I'm trying to remember if I had it or not. I don't honestly remember. Pew. Also Nintendo, and they could afford to do it. Again, the biggest problem, they need people who can do it. And I don't know who your go-to team for Star Fox likes is these days. There's a couple indie projects, but outside of them, And that might be something that Nintendo is looking at too. Like, there are indie Star Fox likes out there. I don't think any of them exactly sell like gangbusters. Wow, I did terrible on coins. Holy shit. I did so bad. Like, I missed an entire chunk of that level. Or they can find a way to encourage replayability without requiring new playthroughs from the ground up. Sonic used to rely heavily on replayability and adopted at the time by a focus on stuff like ranking systems, micro-incentives. A ranking system would be a really easy thing to add to a Star Fox like. Like, what percentage of the enemies did you hit? Did you do it without getting damaged? Did you blast the extra stuff in the background? That sort of thing. I love how incredibly happy the boos are in this one. Well, it seems a character to beat the game, you get Star Wars story. Yeah, Star Fox is weird. Imagine the unholy hybrid of Star Fox 2 and a strategy RPG. That was almost kind of the direction that Star Fox 2 was going in, wasn't it? Why Star Fox Grand Prix is actually not as stupid as it sounds. Racing games with similar design pressure rail shooters in terms of making linear levels you have to go straight through. Okay. There's a weird thing that I'm not sure y'all are aware of, but flight sims don't make particularly good racing games. There've been a couple dedicated ones over the years, and I feel like they just never work out right. I forget what this door does. Aha. Oh. That's why they teach you the ricochet shot here. Ace Combat Star Fox, I mean, like, a big thing that people love about old Star Fox was the free-range missions in 64, right? That would basically be Ace Combat Star Fox. I mean, you want an absolutely pie-in-the-sky dream team game. Yeah, Project Ace is doing a Star Fox game. Pretty nuts. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Project Aces right now. They haven't put anything out in a long time. Didn't like the free. Well, there's your other problem. You're never gonna get any consensus from the fans on what a new project in this vein is, like, should be. Star Fox Assault did the free range mission and expanded on them. People hate it for not being 64 again. I've seen some racing games get a little flying interludes mid-track, right, at least. I don't know if I want to play those the whole game. I just know there's a couple, like, racing flight sims on Steam. I have one, and I played it for a bit. Sky... Fuck, I can't remember the name of it. Sky something, and it just... The thing about it is it's hard to make... Ooh. Like, with other racing games, you can have like rough terrain or like tight corners and all this other stuff. With a flight sim, it's really, 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 really hard to get obstacles right in a flight sim. Because a big part of the appeal of a flight sim is being able to go fast and feel like you're flying, which, yes, I know, going fast is an important part of racing games as well, too. But, like, having that extra dimension to manage in a flight sim and extra dimensions to look out for obstacles and such really does complicate the matter. Oh, Jesus. Racing games are built from limitations. Flying by default is a removal limitation. Yes, Austin, you're saying it better than I ever could. This might be the only room in the entire game that guy shows up in. And it's a secret room. In a fortress. Oh, right, you gotta... Okay. And these guys, the balloon guys. I don't remember if they show up anywhere else. But you need them. Fuck. There we go. That flight can work great as a mid-track interlude, mostly because of the interjection of variety for set piece, yeah. I like in Mario Kart. The brief sections where you, like, launch off of a huge jump and you get to, like, control your glide. Like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I feel like trying to make a good racing flight sim is just challenge level impossible. When I was playing Everspace 2, it had some, like, time trial races, and they sucked. They were easily the worst part of the game. It is so hard to make a racing challenge where you feel like you can go full out and zoom around, but also stay within the confines of, like, a track system. Oh yes, we have Baby Mario's twin brother, Bowser's Castle, but we're not handing him over to the likes of you. So, I always saw this wrong as a kid. I always saw that as, like, a red nose and, like, pinched eyes, and not his hands over his blushing face. Pop. He's a boring ghost boss. I like the other ghost boss better. Yeah. Not one of the best bosses in this game, certainly. Basically, just shoot away from him, not towards him. Alright, chat. I think that's probably enough Yoshi's Island for one night. Now that my 100% playthrough is over, it's kind of broken my spirit. Nah. I don't think we need to do an entire world tonight. Not when there's so much more in this magazine that we can get to. More Mario, specifically. Yeah, we'll zoom past all of this. I think it's fine we said never say never, or like Star Fox is likely dead. There's a difference between a series being dead forever and just not being able to see how it can come back. You know? For all we know, Nintendo could make their first real foray into gacha games could be a Star Fox game. Wouldn't that be fucking great. Did learn I like floaty rail shooters. It's just a shame there aren't more of them, really. Mario plays a new role. This was kind of mind-blowing for me. This game is a huge shock to kid me. That there was going to be another Mario game and it was going to be an RPG. Hope F-Zero 99 inspires doing more with it. Star Fox 2D shooter? Oh man. A 2D Star Fox shmup? Might be a cute gimmick. First played this on Virtual Console back in the day and loved it. I'm gonna say what I said before. I've streamed this entire game. There is a full playthrough of this on our YouTube channel. It's a really interesting game. It is very unique for an RPG. I like the additional mechanics it has to make battles more interactive. I like the alternate take on Mario and the Mushroom Kingdom and its many denizens. But there's two things that I cannot get over in this game. One is that the balance is all over the place. This game is very difficulty spiky. And two, I do not like this art style. I really, really don't. And this one, of all the ACM games out there, this one really kind of impacts the gameplay because it makes it really, really hard to see certain things you need to see, like exits from areas. It really, really, really needed that quality of life thing. Oh god, what game did it? Might have been Final Fantasy VII. There was a button you could push where it would highlight like interactables and exits from the current area and stuff. Yeah, I would never agree with that satellite. Yeah, the where the fuck am I going button. This game needed it. This game really needed it. I think this is the muddiest looking of these ACM games. Like I think ACM works fine for Donkey Kong. Like I've come around on that. I still don't like the way Donkey Kong Country looks, but it works fine for it. I can tell what everything is. I can tell where everything is. It has never once interfered with like the platforming or the mechanics or anything. It interferes with this. Like it causes actual problems in Mario RPG. I like his take on Bowser a lot. I do too. I mean, it's kind of a cool, unique thing to just not have Bowser be the antagonist force in the game, you know? Introducing a new villain is pretty cool. I think I missed this play through because I want to try it myself. Now I don't care. Well, you can always go back and watch the VODs. Curious if the Switch version would help you out at all on that. I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would because it remade the graphic. My only complaint about the graphics is that they're muddy and indistinct in places where they really shouldn't be, and that's specifically down to this art style. And the remake is like the remake is a very clean, fully 3D version of this, right? So yeah, I mean, I think that'd be ideal. I would almost certainly like the Switch version way more than the Super NES version. So. And now that I've played through it once, the weird difficulty curve on it wouldn't throw me, so, you know. I don't think it's a bad game. I certainly don't think it's a bad game, but it's another one of those that I find hard to go back to. But let's see how Nintendo Power's gonna puff it up. While you were sleeping, something magical sprang to life. A new Mario adventure featuring ACM graphics hatched out of Squaresoft in Japan. Nintendo Power now brings you exclusive screenshots of one of the most advanced video games ever conceived. And what we've seen is nothing short of magical. For more than a year, Squaresoft Nintendo Company Ltd. Have been quietly developing this extraordinary new 3D adventure for the Super Famicom, starring the world's most heroic plumber. The game will feature 32 megabits of rendered graphics and battery backed up memory. The most striking thing is the stunning 3D scenes in 3/4 perspective. Is this game isometric? I always forget the actual literal definition of isometric. If it wasn't for Shitora, I've given up on Nintendo in 2019. I would accept it as isometric. Very magnanimous of you, Satellite. Thank you. I think variety is very, very important in an RPG, as linear as Super Mario RPG. Don't recall areas right. Yeah, none of the areas really wore out their welcome, and that's kind of a big deal. Absolutely isometric. 3/4 is also correct. Okay. Yeah, I get a little confused sometimes on the actual definition of isometric. Not bringing the ruler and protractor to check. All right. I guess today's your day off. Game graphics are created by Squaresoft on SGI workstations and supercomputers. Yeah, nobody cares. The Nintendo side, Shigeru Miyamoto has overseen the development project of his favorite character. The partnership between Nintendo and Squaresoft is nothing new. Super Mario RPG project should be the biggest collaboration of all, resulting in one of the most exciting games of 1996. Pokemon Sword and Shield was a lot. Make you want to just give up on them. And the villainous stuff they've been up to. The radically new, at least for Mario, screen perspective may remind players of action games such as Equinox. A mix of adventure and action gameplay elements should place Super Mario RPG in a category closer to The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Use of the term RPG in this case may be a bit of a mismatch. Gameplay features traditional RPG elements such as exploring and talking to characters in town to gain information, but there will be a lot of action too. I get. Okay. I think I see what's happening. I think I see what's going on. At the time, for Nintendo Power, they weren't defining these genres by the battle mechanics, and I think that's what we do now. I think we define an RPG or an ARPG or an adventure game or something by like the core mechanics, and I don't think they were doing that in 1995. I think they looked at this. They looked at Final Fantasy III, what we now know as Final Fantasy VI, and they're like, "Oh, that's totally different. You can run around and jump as Mario, and you push extra buttons in the battles and stuff. Totally different." RPG had a pretty loose definition in the 80s and early 90s. Like Metal Gear was advertised in Japan as an espionage RPG. I mean, if you want to get down to pure semantics, a role-playing game, absent any kind of mechanical definition, is just where you, I mean, it's any game where you take on a role, like a clearly defined role. I'm sorry. I had to say it. The name, the terminology RPG is not descriptive in and of itself. It is not. Words mean things, And in the context of video games, role-playing game doesn't mean a goddamn thing. It only means things because of how it's been applied over the decades. We know what RPGs are now. Our current definition of RPGs does not match the definition of RPGs used in the 90s because it evolved, because its core, its root, is entirely fucking arbitrary. By the letter, Doom is an RPG. The name is meaningless. Exactly. Exactly. You are playing the role of Doom Guy. Imagine for a second, chat. Imagine for a second an alternate universe where first-person shooters came to be known as RPGs because you were taking on the role of the shooter protagonist fully. Because you were experiencing the entire world from their perspective. In that sense, first-person shooters would be the ultimate RPGs because you are most fully embodying the role. To be fair, that's probably the case with me for Wolf 3D being a dungeon crawler in some ways. Honestly, I think I'm just going loopy from the way they use these genre definitions in Nintendo Power. I'm so tired of them putting, like, fucking... Like, every time we go to the Epic Center, they just start mixing all kinds of random shit in there as RPGs. I think it's making my brain leak out my ears. Great video by Ahoy, literally about what if Wolf 3D and Doom would have been called if they didn't take off and the FPS didn't become a thing, you know. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Good opportunity to finish this off. Yeah, anyway, battles with enemies take place in real time and in 3 dimensions with the player in total control of Mario. No. He jump stomps, dashes, and uses special attacks. Much of the play involves making your way through maze areas filled with obstacles and enemies and a definite puzzle element. Oh, it's a puzzle game, chat. Now it's a puzzle game. Throughout these action areas, you also find blocks filled with coins, mushroom, 1-up stars, and other items familiar to fans of Super Mario Brothers. What the fuck game are they playing? Good question. Mario's Makeover continues this year in Yoshi's Island. He expands repertoire by taking on the role of Baby Mario. Next year in Super Mario RPG, players will see the most dramatic change in Mario's 15-year history. Instead of appearing as a feisty two-dimensional sprite, the new Mario weighs in as a fully rounded character. In fact, he looks like he's been spending a little too much time in Italian restaurants. Oh, very, very classy, Nintendo Power. Making a big deal about 3D movement in this. Mario's interaction with game characters, both goodies and baddies, adds even more fullness to Super Mario RPG. Mario seldom stands alone. Oh, wow. Okay. So they didn't have a line on the actual plot of this at this time. Baddies led by Bowser prowl the forests and mines of the kingdoms. Magic Koopas cast spells in Bowser's castle. Knights in suits of armor patrol the dungeon. The story is based on the Super Mario Brothers series and takes place in newly rendered Mushroom Kingdom, the town of mining moles, a tropical forest, a mushroom castle, a thundering waterfall, a giant beanstalk, village crowd, mushroom people. Mario finds himself balancing things, characters. So they didn't know about the story. They actually did not know about the story. Because there's no mention of Smithy whatsoever. I do like Super Mario RPG playing with the idea of a literal diegetic silent protagonist. Yeah, if you're gonna do a silent protagonist, that's the way to do it. I don't tend to be a fan of silent protagonists unless they literally are silent and people are like, you're a quiet one, aren't you? At the time this article was written, Squaresoft was reporting the game was about 70% complete and that it should be finished by the end of October. No definite date for release in the US has been set. We expect the game to come out during the first quarter of '96. Published by Nintendo of America. In Japan, the Super Famicom version will be published by Squaresoft. So yeah. So when they got their look at it, the game was not completed. I think it just wasn't done, Austin. I don't know anything about the development of Super Mario RPG. I don't know at what point they decided the whole Smithy angle. It'd be interesting if it was late in development. It could have been, right? There's nothing really about the story. Can't imagine Smithy is fundamental, the way you expect portion of the story of String to be. But I mean, the body of the game is just piecing Star Road back together, right? That's it. It doesn't really hinge on the villain. There's nothing until you get back to Bowser's Castle and you get on that final stretch. There's nothing really about the game that hinges entirely on Smithy. It could have just have easily been Bowser sabotaging the Star Road and you having to put it back together, you know? So that actually could have been a late chain for the game. I don't have anything else to say about this game except let's go look at something else. I mean, we know this one pretty well, so. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna warn you before y'all haul off and request this. I can't actually play through this. Because this requires, at the very beginning of the game, this requires a key sequence that I can't do because it soft resets my emulator. And I don't actually know how to change that. Yeah. I mean, it seemed like a crap-ass game anyway, so. Yeah. How'd y'all like the movie, huh? How about that Batman Forever? I've only seen it once in my life. And I saw it in theaters. I saw it when it came out. And as a kid, I remember liking it. It is flashy and zany and lots of things happen. And yeah, I remember liking it. As opposed to Batman and Robin, which I remember not liking. And that's the worst Batman, but I like Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I don't remember anything about Val Kilmer Batman. Like, absolutely fucking nothing. You know, I remember, God, I suck. What's his name? I can't remember his name. The first two Batman movies, he was really good. Saw so much Shuffler and good Batman games at the time for your number. Michael Keaton, thank you. God, I sucked at that. Terrible. No cultural literacy to speak of. Michael Keaton was great. Michael Keaton was a great Batman. Val Kilmer, I have no memory of. I feel like George Clooney could have been an okay Batman in a better movie. But Batman and Robin was so wretched, I don't think it really mattered what he did. George Clooney at least is hotter than Val Kilmer and leaned in the camp a bit more. George Clooney felt like a good fit. Like Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. You know, that's just right. That just fits. That's right. Pierce Brosnan made some very good James Bond movies and some crap-ass Bond movies, as it turns out. So, and unfortunately, George Clooney only had the opportunity to make one crap-ass Batman movie. Val Kilmer plays it way too straight to be memorable when everyone else is mugging around him and he doesn't work as a straight man. That would explain why I don't remember him at all. Because I definitely remember Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones just having the fucking time of their life. Brosnan is the best and worst Bond movie. I've never seen Die Another Day. GoldenEye is a classic. I love GoldenEye. I really like I can't remember the name of the second one. Whatever the second one is, I really like it. The third one's terrible. The third one was terrible and convinced me not to watch Die Another Day. Why? I hate it. Like, the second Pierce Brosnan movie is technically my favorite, but I can't remember the name of it. It kills me. I even remember the scene where they say the title of the movie and I can't remember what the title was. I'm gonna look it up. This is killing me. Ah! Help. Help. List of James Bond films. Thank you. Tomorrow Never Dies. I like Tomorrow Never Dies. No, the Brosnan movies go GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day. And they just kind of go after GoldenEye. Like, I won't convince anybody that Die Another Day is good, or sorry, Tomorrow Never Dies. I won't try to convince people Tomorrow Never Dies is like a really good one, but I really like it. Like, I really like Moonraker. It is, I think, objectively a bad movie. It has some really dumb parts, but I really like Moonraker. I think the next Bond, if we get a next Bond, leans a little more camp again. Not that I don't like Craig. I'm kind of good on Craig Bond stuff. Yeah, I burned out on that a while ago. The Craig ones, I watched... Casino Royale was great. Quantum of Solace was bad. I didn't watch the other ones. I just didn't bother. The only Bond movies I haven't seen are Die Another Day, Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. I've seen everything else. Here, Amazon made the intensely inexplicable choice to try to AI out the guns out of Prime streaming. No. Skyfall's pretty good. Spectre is weird. Tries to be a lot more traditional Bond. Causes some friction. Goldfinger's still your favorite? Goldfinger's a classic. As long as you can look past the problematic parts. It is a quintessential Bond film. That's the thing, man. A lot of these old Bond movies, there are some parts that really didn't age well. And I mean, you could still enjoy them if you're willing to look past those parts, but Goldfinger's great, even though it's basically about Bond fucking up. I mean, that's a big part about why it's great. It's kind of fun to just watch him screw everything up for the vast majority of the movie and still get where he's going. But yeah, there are some genuinely good Bond movies, and then there's other ones that are just goofy shit that are also really fun. But yeah, you wouldn't name it shop. I think that's definitely the most audacious name they put in there, and it's amazing that they, like, that was what, the second film? No, the third, sorry. I always forget about From Russia with Love, even though it's a good one. Like, it's crazy that was in the third film. I think my personal favorite though is Plenty O'Toole. That just makes me giggle every time I think about it. Especially that scene too. Like, what do you say to that? What do you say to somebody who introduces themselves like that to you? Well, but of course. His 60s Bonds fall into a weird place. They're trying to adapt the books where Bond explicitly is an asshole. You aren't supposed to fully like who gets called out. They want to soften the edge. They want to keep some of the intense dick moves. Yeah, I still like them too. I grew up with them. And yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for them, frankly. I can recognize where they fall flat, where they take missteps, but yeah. Oh, the one in God, the one in Japan. I think it's He Only Lived Twice. I think. Yup. Yeah, You Only Live Twice. Oh boy. Still have a Bond mumbling, I must be dreaming with visible psychic damage. A second, here's the name. In book Thunderball, Bond nearly dies because he's too sexist to trust a female protagonist with anything, and she has to save his ass. Felix tears Bond to shreds over how stupid he is. I've always meant to read some of the books to have a more reasonable point of comparison, but I never have. So. We don't really need to talk about Batman Forever, do we? Decent if you go knowing the Bond is not supposed to be. Oh yeah, I know that well at this point. I know more than enough about the Bond franchise to know how different book Bond is, and that's specifically why I want to read them. I want exposure to that different character. Y'all reminding me of why I'm okay with Bond giving way to other series taking their place. Yeah, you know, not everything has to go on forever. And like, James Bond really was kind of a product of the age. And I think it's okay for him to stay that way. I have a great deal of respect for Daniel Craig Bond. I think they did a really, really good job with him, at least insofar as Casino Royale goes. That was fine. But I mean, if Daniel Craig was the last movie James Bond ever, that's fine. Like, it's like I was saying with Mega Man. We got how many James Bond movies we can go back and watch? I'm not counting all of them. A lot. We got a fucking lot. We don't really need more. John Wick has replaced Bond. I feel like John needs to be replaced next. Yeah, John Wick has run its course. And I think they're doing the right thing, you know? They did his 4 films, and then they did the spin-off that he appears in and kind of helps to launch. That's what they should be. I like the world of John Wick thing that they're doing, where they had like the TV show about young Winston and then the lady assassin. That's what they need to be doing. That's what they need to do. So they're doing good on that. feel like Kingsman filled that niche very well for me. Yeah, I've never seen the Kingsman films, but I heard they're nice and campy and wild in that sort of way. So wait to see you decide we need to suffer the. Yeah, we're not doing Batman Forever. The grappling hook in this, which is required to progress through the very first stage in the game, is the exact same key sequence that soft resets my emulator. And I don't know how to change that key sequence, and even if I did, I'm not gonna fucking do it for Batman Forever. Y'all can check out Batman Forever in your own time. I am 99% sure it is garbage. Kingsman's like the modern version of Camp Bond I kind of missed. Keep staring at bat options, maybe wish you got to pick specific bat species. Love the Austin Powers films a bit. I do think it caused kind of a negative effect on the spy films. Like they had to be hyper serious and gritty in contrast, yeah. There's another series that ran its course. Another excellent example of a series that does not need to go on forever. Watch the VTuber Henya the Genius watch the AVG episode. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Everybody wins, right? So. Actually, chat, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it an early night tonight. I think what I will do, I think I'm going to go ahead and close down requests. Let's flip ahead a few pages and see what we got to look forward to after Batman Forever. And if there's anything remotely interesting in the coverage for it. And then we'll... See, even as a kid, looking at this feature, this just makes it look like ass. Like, their detailed level breakdown is just like little postage stamp sized sections of level. And like the graphics are neat looking, but I mean I know there's nothing to do here. I know you're gonna punch some mooks and move on, and that's it. So yeah. And like everything looks like that. Everything there's maybe an instance where they tried too hard to emulate the aesthetic of the film. And like half of every scene is just like pitch black. Parallax backgrounds wreak havoc for making a map. That's also true, yeah. Decent progress tonight considering what we had to go through. That's true. That's true. We're kind of I'd say we're past half of like the big draws for this one. We do have the Epic Center, and I don't know how long y'all are gonna want to spend on Mega Man 7. I can beat Mega Man 7 if you want. I don't know if you want to, but I can. I've done it. He went bat away. Ha 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 ha. I kind of want to watch this movie again just because I remember the ending being really bewildering. Like the way it's filmed and staged. I remember the ending of this film being really confusing. Also, Dread and Circuses is a play on words that absolutely no child reading this magazine is going to get. I want to see it, not necessarily the whole thing. I think that's the right choice. Yeah. Mega Man 7. Mega Man 7 is unique. It's interesting, but it's not the best one. Which Mega Man introduced bass? I think Mega Man and bass did, I think. Okay, so. Oh wait, he's in 7? Totally forgot he's in 7. So when we come back on Saturday, we got Primal Rage, and we can chop some humans and fart on some people if y'all really want. If y'all really want, we don't have to. But yeah, we'll pick up with this on Saturday and go from there. Tomorrow night, though. Tomorrow night, we're going to do a special variety night of the classic kind. I just picked up a whole bunch of new games by way of Humble, and I haven't played any of them yet, so I'm thinking I'm going to throw them on a wheel for tomorrow night, and we're going to give them a spin, so to speak. And I might, chat, I might even leave the call a vote option open if we happen to play something that you all would like to see more of. Because it is a rather eclectic mix of games, and some of them might be worth taking a longer gander at, frankly. Like Base Arrival, the arcade games do something really cool with Base. Uses playthrough to bridge a lot of the gaps between Classic and X. That's cool. So yeah, tomorrow night, a humble variety night. Saturday, back here with Primal Rage. Sunday, nothing, not streaming on Sunday, not making up Tuesday. Don't worry about it. Monday, we'll be back with more Look Outside, and hopefully I can figure out something to do that does not end with my immediate demise. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll make some... I mean, we made progress on Wednesday. I just died a fucking lot. And hopefully we can get past that particular hiccup when we return to it on Monday. But that's the plan, chat. That's what we're doing. For now, let me go find somebody to raid. Let's go see who's up and doing stuff. Oh, I see Smite, and Smite is playing Dave the Diver, a game that I should probably get around to someday, because it looks right up my alley. Let's go hang out with them for a bit. So yeah. Anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thanks for joining me for the start of another eventful issue of Nintendo Power. We got all the Marios out of our system. That's good, at least. We did our classic Mario. We did our contemporary Mario. We talked about Mario RPG. We Mario'd all the Marios that we Mario'd to Mario. And then there's some other stuff in there too, but you don't need to worry about it. Thanks again for coming out. Hopefully I will see you all tomorrow night for a classic variety night of games. I don't know what else we'd be doing a variety night of on this channel. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.